Just a quick one on boosters. Why did the president say in August, just remember as a simple rule, 8 months after your second shot, get a booster shot if there is not enough data to support that for the general population?
Well, what the president also said is that I want to be very clear. The plan is pending the FDA conducting an independent evaluation of the safety and effectiveness of a third dose of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines and the CDC's advisory committee. We are right now in the week of September 20th. The advisory committee is meeting on Thursday. We've seen some recommendations that we felt was a step forward in providing more protection to people across the country, and we'll wait for that process to play out. Our objective and our role is to ensure we have the capacity, the number of shots to provide them to the American people.
16 out of 18 FDA advisors say there is not the science. The president talks about following the science. Is this a case of him getting ahead of the science?
Well, first of all, I think what you heard Dr. Collins and Dr. Fauci convey yesterday is that this is going to be an ongoing process. I would remind you that the percentage of individuals at this point who would be eligible to get a booster are largely people over 65, because those are people who would have had the second dose 6 months ago. If we're looking at when we're going to have available data, that's what the CDC and the FDA looks at. They need enough data to make assessments. No one is suggesting that there will never be boosters. We are suggesting that there needs to be a process to be seen through for when boosters should be approved and when a broader swath of the population is eligible. Go ahead, Kelly.
Back to the international COVID vaccine requirements for travelers. A number of individuals and European allies have been pressing for access to the United States, families that have been separated, business relationships that have been affected by it. And so before the president goes to the United Nations General Assembly and has meetings with foreign partners, this is when the decision is announced that vaccination will allow people to come into the country. Is that part of the president's sort of foreign policy outreach this week, the timing of this decision?
If we were going to make things much easier for ourselves, we would have done it prior to June when the president had his first foreign trip, or earlier this summer. This is when the process concluded. We want to make the information available to the public. We're basing it on science, and when the process concluded, and here we are today.
Do you anticipate that Americans who are coming back to the United States who would be affected by this having to be tested, would there be any opt-out policy for those who don't want to do that?
You mean people who don't want to be vaccinated, who are Americans?
Yes, unvaccinated Americans who would be flying home from foreign travel.
So there would still be requirements for individuals, Americans who are not vaccinated, including providing proof of a negative test result taken within 1 day of their departure, and providing proof they have purchased a viral test to be taken after arrival for Americans who are not fully vaccinated, which at this point would obviously apply to children as well.